New artificial evolution research could finally prove Darwin was right. An international team of researchers may have just figured out why single-celled organisms such as the AIDS virus and cancer cells manage to be so incredibly successful. And, in doing so, they may also have unraveled the mystery behind the origin of life. Hooray for science! Life on Earth emerged as the result of a bunch of chemicals swirling around in a primordial ooze until they turned into amino acids, then proteins, and eventually cells. The spark of life happened at some point and those non-living cells and clusters went through an evolutionary transition into living organisms. Here we are 3.5 billion years later and we don't know much else about the process. We know that evolution plays a major role, but exactly what causes the evolutionary transition has eluded scientists so far. Researchers from the Max Planck Institute in Germany, the University of Seattle in Washington, and the New Zealand Institute for Advanced Study hope to remedy that. They recently conducted an experiment involving free-living bacteria, single-celled organisms that live alone in nature, that shows ecology may be the missing link responsible for the spark of life. The bacteria the team used reproduces by a process called binary fission. Basically, they split into two identical halves. Logically, this means that evolution can't advance bacteria because no matter what happens the offspring have no variance from their parents. However, when the team forced something called ecological scaffolding on large groups of bacteria they found evolutionary behavior similar to that exhibited by groups of multicelled species. In other words, by forcing nomadic bacteria into groups, they exhibited behavior that placed the well-being of the entire collective over the survival of each individual cell. Viruses and bacteria may follow this form of evolution by spreading themselves out thin enough to make it from one patch of resources to another, in essence prioritizing the species over the individual cells. This could explain why pathogens sourced from a single cell, such as HIV and cancer, are so successful. Lead researcher Paul Rainey told for more on this story, visit the news article link.